This is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
I want to talk about wedding celebrants. They're funny little things, aren't they?
Very funny little things. Do you mean the individual or the moment?
Well, weddings. No, weddings can be wonderful.
Yeah.
I mean, they are very complex. But no, I want to talk about the person that you choose to stand there in front of all of your friends and join you in, what is it? Something
Holy matrimony.
Holy matrimony. So if you've got a story about a wedding celebrant, maybe you're not a funny little wedding celebrant. You think you're great. In fact, the wedding celebrant turns out to be the celebrity of the day. Sometimes, and everyone that does give us a call, they go into the running to see Teddy Swims at the Nova Red Room in Melbourne, so 13 24 10.
I'm always hoping they get the name wrong. If I'm there and it's not my wedding, I'm just hoping they get the name wrong. Or something that goes to plan and it's like, oh no, that's not the 1 o'clocker. I've got one at 3 and I've got the names wrong.
Yeah, I've got back-to-back today.
Yeah, back-to-back,
Well,
guys.
some of them are very popular, very hard to get into. This story, none of this really went to plan because why I'm talking about this wedding celebrant, it's a local story. It's coming out of Melbourne and he's not even a wedding celebrant, but he was pretending to be a wedding celebrant.
How did he end up there?
Well, I don't know, but what he was what's the word called? He
Put his hand up.
formalised.
He applied.
Oh my God!
What, he
I've
put
had
his
an
hand up to say that he was...
He's the one up the front doing
The celebrant?
Oh my God! I've had a mental bloke this morning. He's the guy standing up doing it, right?
The groom.
Officiating.
Yes.
All right,
I am so sorry, and I don't even have a prize for you, but you can go into the running
Teddy
to see
Swims.
Teddy Swims.
Thank you so much. I love the show.
So he's done about 5 weddings. He's he's charging people somewhere between $700 and $1,000 to be the celebrant. He's even planned some of the wedding with them. He's written the vows. I think he even was the celebrant at some friends' weddings. And then after the wedding,
Awesome.
of course, you start having to do all that paperwork. You know, the certificates that you've all signed. And he's been the official at. He's like delaying and I don't really have the paperwork. And then in the end, had to admit that he wasn't a celebrant at all. So he's been in court.
Has he?
Because it's an official offence. He said, look, I know I've obviously taken the money off these people. I know it's caused embarrassment, but I didn't know that it was a public offence to impersonate a public official.
I would kind of agree with him. Now, if you get to the end of your wedding day and you haven't signed the official paperwork, but you went, you know what, this celebrant has been awesome. Does it matter if he's done the 6-week course or not? It doesn't matter.
It does matter whether he's done this. He may be great, but he doesn't have the qualifications.
Yes,
I mean, getting married is a big deal just even for the documents within the country. That's why you have to go and file in
you go birth, deaths and marriages.
Yeah, you've got to do all that.
You can turn up afterwards. Like, come home from your honeymoon and then do birth, deaths and marriages, knowing that some guy turned up dressed as Elvis and did a song and did the I-do's.
I don't understand those celebrants that you're saying now you can have an Elvis impersonator, that they make it about them. I think, Jess, you were telling me yesterday about, was it you? Who's celebrant?
Yeah, so this is my older sister. Now, keep in mind, the only thing my older sister made her husband-to-be do was to pick the celebrant. We're pretty sure he Googled Southern Highlands celebrants and went with the top Google search.
Yes.
So
Found.
Done and dusted, baby. So when we get there, she comes up to my mum. So everyone's sitting there and she's trying to hype everyone up and she says, Bridget, you're going to be my hype girl, okay? Here is my iPhone. I'm going to come back, everyone, and I want you all to cheer me in like we're at a Taylor Swift concert. So she goes, all right, here I go. And then so my mum fires off this song.
Oh, no.
But it's been changed and it's Celebrant Good Times.
You're kidding me.
As she walks in.
You're kidding me. That's the best thing I've ever heard.
She doesn't come down the aisle, does she?
No, so then my sister, and given my sister probably
Celebrant Good
didn't want to be the
Times.
centre of attention, so I thought maybe that's good. She's taken a bit of the energy. my sister's halfway down the aisle and she goes, let's do it. Let's clap her in. So instead of this beautiful moment, everyone's cheering my sister down the aisle.
So no one's gasping for the bride and tears weren't coming down? No
Not
one
at
was
all.
grabbing the tissues?
No.
Celebrant! Good!
Oh, no.
Come on!
Quite the experience.
That is one of the great stories. Gemma in Matraville. Hello, Gem.
Hi, how are we doing?
Good. What's your story?
So me and my husband got married about 19 years ago. We picked a celebrant randomly, probably out of the Southern Courier or something.
Yep.
We went and met her. She looked like Dame Edna Edwards.
Awesome.
And because then she was asking us questions about what we did, and I said, I'm a nurse. She told me all about this vaginal surgery she'd had done and all this kind of stuff. I'm thinking, okay, thanks for that.
Yep.
And then it came to the wedding day, and I came up to the rotunda to, stand next to my future husband, and she let out the biggest fanny fart you've ever heard of in your life.
Gemma, you're the best caller we've ever had on the show.
Oh,
Gemma, how do you
How do
know
you
what was
distinguish between...
where it came from?
Well, I just tried to put two and two together after she told me all about her, feminine issues that she was having.
Sounds like the
And it
operation didn't go to plan.
No. She might need to go back up for some tightening.
Poor Ash has lost it.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God, Gemma. Are you still happily married?
Put your hands together.
Yeah, we're still together. Oh, dear.
Oh, let's clap her in.
Oh, my God.
Tom's gone.
Well, Gemma, you're in the running to see
Completely.
Teddy Swims.
Oh, Gemma, Teddy Swims has actually demanded you're there to tell that
I can't
story
wait.
before
I'm
he
in.
performs.
But I guess it... I mean, it makes... She completely upstaged you, Gemma. But at least it gives you something to
Oh,
talk
my
about.
God. It's windy here.
Yeah. She gave us the best tea towels I've ever seen as well.
Oh,
What
there's
was
a
on
positive.
what was on the tea towel?
Irrelevant,
I
Kate.
I can't even remember, but
It
they were
doesn't
like
matter.
from 1960s. They were awful.
Oh, Gemma, can you please go through your back catalogue of inappropriate stories and continue to call this show? Every day you're welcome on this show, Gem.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Steph in Preston's. What happened at the wedding?
I went to my cousin's wedding a couple of years ago, and the moment in the ceremony where the celebrant is supposed to tell the story of the lovers,
Yeah.
the celebrant broke into plugging her own podcast and radio show.
Oh,
and
awesome.
gave us the details and where to find her, and she hoped we listened because she's been working really hard on it.
Yep.
And there were just audible groans in the audience. It was so bad.
Oh, Steph, I'm sorry. I promise I won't do that again.
But to be halfway
Thank
through
you,
and
Kate.
say,
Thank you.
if you've enjoyed today, there's some great news. You can find me at Celebrant.
Oh, no.
Celebrant Fun, the Celebrant Fun podcast.
This is what I mean. I do think some celebrants make it all about...
Yes, they do. Thanks for your call, Steph. Love it.
Fits in Whipper with Kate Ritchie is a Nova podcast. For more great shows like this, download the Nova Player via the App Store or Google Play.
The Nova Player.